So, the best Mass Effect.
Mass Effect 3
the goodest
is
Mass Effect.
the best thing to happen to me.
What about me?
No, I'm kidding.
That should
But
be
it
me.
was good.
It was very, very good. That's our favourite, like me and Jake's favourite. Just the fact that they let you decide from the get-go if you wanted to do pure story or you wanted to do COD Bro like 2.
Or the perfect balance of both.
Yeah. So,
Hannah Montana, that shit.
I went for pure story. What did you go for?
I went for pure story the first time I played it,
Yeah.
and then the balance one.
I think, like, looking back on it, Mass Effect 2 was an attempt to strip back too much faffing in terms of, like, too much talking, too much this and this, and give more combat, but it just got the balance wrong. Whereas giving you the option for 3 just straight out makes it the best.
Also, I think what made 3 so great is all of the side quests felt relevant.
Yeah.
Because you're building up a war effort to stop the Reapers. I mean, sometimes you're like, can you go and get me some bandages? And you're like, I'm the leader of the war effort.
Yeah, literally,
why are you
like,
asking me?
why are you arguing?
But then you're like, it does contribute, I guess.
Mass Effect 3 is essentially what you kind of do in 2, but on a grander scale.
Yeah.
So you're collecting different races. Anyone who's ever owed you a favour, you're calling in them favours. And a lot of people are willing, but then there's certain people that, like, it's one of those, like, well, if this person's doing it, I'm not doing it. So you've got to, like, build bridges between all the races.
Politics.
Yeah. It is a lot of politics, but it's not boring, it's fun.
No, it is quite good.
And the way it's handled with the war table and
Yeah.
all that, it's fun. But then there is this sort of sense of, like, the one thing I would say is a bit questionable is you're there, like, the Reapers have finally come, by the way, they're here. Everyone believes you now because they can see them, essentially.
Like,
they're here.
Blown up
Yeah.
by them.
So everyone believes you. Everyone's like, oh shit, if only, like, someone would have told us this, like, 2 games ago. So everyone's willing to help you. It's all going down. But then you kind of get some quests that are, like, waste of timey kind of quests.
Yeah, a little.
Which is fine. Do it.
That is refreshing. Like the cool taste of Pepsi.
I'm going to leave that in and maybe we'll get some sponsorship. Pepsi Max. The best. So in that scenario where you're told, like, the world's going to end, it kind of feels weird to be doing these pointlessy type quests. And that's the one criticism I have, really. But, you know, we'll let that go. It's not like Final Fantasy 15 levels of, like, shit, your girlfriend's, like, being held captive, I'm going to go fish for, like, four years. It's not that level of, like, stupidity. I do look, like, I love Final Fantasy. That's not, I love it. I do love it, but that is stupid. It's not that bad. So, you go around, you collect everyone, and then the companions in this game are my personal favourite set.
It's because they've got, like, all the companions of one, pretty much, apart from Rex.
Yeah.
And then they've just added James and Javik.
Yeah, Javik is a DLC character. He is a Prothean. He's from way back when. You literally dig him up in, like, the first mission, don't you, if you got the DLC. And he adds, and, like, he adds a lot of lore.
Yeah.
In not a boring way.
In a funny way.
Yeah.
Which is not... He's a really serious, like, his whole purpose is to stop the Reapers. But he's just hilarious.
Yeah. He's got a very deadpan delivery. He tells you things about all the races because he's been around. Like he knows
since they were evolving.
Yeah. So he's fun, and he adds. He's the one DLC character that actually adds to the game, I feel. And,
like, if you take him on the mission to the Asari world, he adds a lot of lore in their temple because he basically tells Liara that the whole religion is bullshit, which is a bit harsh. She cries,
bad time,
but then he apologizes. He's a nice guy.
So again, Garrus, the goodest boy. We don't need to talk about how great he is because you all know that.
Tally's an admiral now.
Tally's really cool in this one.
She's like...
She's very cool. Again, she gets the best sort of character growth across the games.
Yeah.
Apart from Liara.
Yeah.
Liara's a bad bitch now.
Liara goes from, like, little shy scientist to stone cold savage.
You want to die
Shadow
then?
broker,
I guess you'll
knows
die.
everyone's secrets.
Yeah. Grunt is in the...
He's in the party, but he's in that one mission where you got to go help the Rachni Queen.
Yeah. So, like...
And then my game made me think he was dead. And I cried.
Mine did too. Did he fall off the cliff?
Yeah, and I actually shed a tear. And then he came back and I was like, my baby's okay.
So, Rex is leading his people now. Grunt's doing whatever he's doing. But again, you get a mission with him. And it's the same for, like, Miranda, you go do a
every
mission with
companion
her,
who's not a
Jacob.
party member, there's a really good mission for even Jacob's got a good mission where you've got to help some ex-Cerberus scientists or whatever.
They brought the people who, like, you didn't enjoy them enough to bring them back as companions, but they got, like, an ending to the story. So you got whoever you didn't, well, you can kill Caden in 2. Trust, I know. But if you didn't, he comes, like, him or Ashley come back into 3. And I can't speak for Ashley, but Caden's character was less boring in the 3rd one. He actually had a bit going for him. Not enough to be good.
Suddenly bisexual,
yes. Shepard turned him.
I think Ashley, I saved her on 1 playthrough because I wanted to know what she'd be like in 3. And she was less racist.
I think they have to be, like, they kind of have to be basic. Because, I suppose...
They're like your introductory characters.
Yeah.
But other games do it better.
Thane, unfortunately, passes away in this one. From his,
Rest in
R.I.P.
peace.
So his mission, he has a little mission, it's pretty sad.
Wait, does he pass away from his disease, or does he pass away from getting shanked by Kai Leng?
Oh god, yeah, I forgot about that. Oh my god, that's me, like, what? Okay, so he gets shanked. I like Kai Leng, though. I thought it was cool. It was cool.
He pissed me off with his little email. Like, from Asari High Command. This is not Asari High Command, it's Kai Leng. Ha ha ha, you lose. And I'm like...
You want to go big?
This is the most childish
I
shit
thought he was a good addition, because he was, like... You'd never really fought a villain like him before.
Yeah.
And his fight actually, like, was a bit...
Yeah.
No, I don't want to say difficult, because it wasn't difficult.
But it was more challenging than the rest of the game.
I think the enemies in Mass Effect 3, just because of how varied they are the best enemies.
Yeah.
So... And that, look... Him dying in that game, Mass Effect 3, like, that's a consequence before the bad stuff has even happened. And that was pretty cool, because, like, you'd lost... Like, you could lose people in... 2.
Yeah.
But, like, you didn't have to. Like, you could go back and do it again, they're okay. The people you lose in Mass Effect 1, like Ashley or Katie, you didn't really get to know them.
You had to lose one of them, but you just didn't.
Yeah.
That much.
So that was, like, the first proper loss you had where you were like, oh my god.
Him and Mordin.
Yeah, Mordin.
Because you could choose to let Mordin live, but, like, obviously the Krogan would suffer because he wouldn't have been able to cure the genophage.
That was heartbreaking. That game did, like... the pacing was good because you were suffering before you even got to
the suffering.
Yeah. So, like, it like, built you up before you even got to the end, which was really good because it makes it feel more like... Like, the stakes are higher because you've lost people for this thing.
Yeah.
Who are we missing?
James.
James is fit and you couldn't romance him and it was so rude. Like, why would they do that? Literally. You see him and he's like the first we see him, like the pull-ups. And you're like, yeah, boy. And he's calling you all these names. And he's like, I've got a tattoo inspired by you. We should get matching tattoos. And I'm there, like, flirting with him at every possible cost. And I'm like, Jake, what? Like, I'm messaging Jake, like, nothing's happening. Like, what's going on?
And
he's like, you can't romance him. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
What a waste.
Nothing.
What a waste.
So Jack became a school teacher.
That was cool.
That was cool. Who have I missed?
She was, like...
Garrus is, like, the Turian's Reaper expert.
Yeah.
Garrus
is sick.
Fuck, we're getting wrecked. We need to call him Garrus. Understandable.
Garrus is just the boss.
Edie's got, like, a sexy robot body now.
Yeah, Edie takes possession of this weird-ass body that's meant to kill you. Like, literally, you get attempted assassinated by this chick just so Edie can have the body.
Yeah.
Like, they should have just started the game like, oh, so Edie's got a body now, and everyone would have been like, sick. Legion's back again.
Legion's back.
It's literally everyone's back. But
do you know what? That mission on the Quarian homeworld nearly destroyed me. Because it's like, Legion dies trying to save his people. Tali can commit suicide if you don't help the Krogans. Like, Quarian, she, like, fully jumps off a cliff and Shepard goes to catch her and doesn't get to her in time.
Oh my god.
And, like, thankfully, because I'm a bad bitch, I managed to get peace, but Legion still died. Sadly.
Yeah, that happened to me too. And he's like, tell me, Shepard, does this unit have a soul? And you're there like, no. Bad bitch. I'm there like crying, but at the same time I'm like, robots don't have souls. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. Do you want the truth or do you want something beautiful? I want the truth.
The computer's going to kill us now.
The Google Home box is going to like wreck us in our sleep. It was so good though. Like
I keep messing with that bit of paper.
Stop. The companions in the third one they took the best companions to actually give them to be in your team, but yet you got to see everyone, and you got like an ending to their story before, obviously, the end of the game, essentially the end of Shepard, the end of everything. So, end of the game.
Very controversial.
Controversial. So essentially, you get everyone you can, and it depends on the things you've done, because there's that cutscene, isn't there, and all the ships come, and depending on how well you did involving the app as well, where you could send out troops, and that would gain you like more war influence or whatever, is how many people come to help you. We're bad bitches. High five, 100%. Me. We got 100%. So everyone comes, and you have this horrific walk to the end.
Where you have to say bye to everyone.
You have to like talk to all these people that you spent like 300 plus hours with, and they're all telling you this stuff, and you're like crying, and it's not even real. And you're there like Garrus is like, there's no Shepard without Vicarian, and I'm just like crying.
Garrus essentially said he'd pour one out for me in heaven. I'm like, thank you.
And it's like, it's so traumatic. I love Garrus so much. I'm so upset. So, endings, again, controversial.
So, like, the original ending, there was like a little baby.
He wasn't a baby. He was a boy.
Anything under 15 is baby.
You've been having like you've been seeing this like boy in your dreams, and you saw him at the beginning of the game, sort of, and you've been seeing him in your dreams, and it's essentially all leading to this. Yeah.
So this like ancient AI decides to use your PTSD against you, and presents itself as a little boy.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it's like, you can either blow the Reapers up, control the Reapers, or synthesize all organic and synthetic life and have peace.
But I can't even say the word. The green ending, the synthesized ending, was only available if you made the right kind of choices. Yeah. To be fair, different endings can be locked off depending on what you've done. But the green ending seemed like the right ending.
Yeah, I chose that one.
Yeah.
I mean,
we did that.
No disease, peace. What more could you want?
So then you had the option to control the Reapers, to destroy the Reapers, but in all of them, Shepard dies anyway. Yeah. Essentially.
But it wasn't explained what happened to any of your party members or anything. So there was a lot of uproar. To
be fair, I kind of get that, because, like, if I drop down dead tomorrow, I'm not going to know what happens to you.
True.
I get why they cut it off like that. But I also understand where everyone's like...
I'll keep you in meme with Ouija board.
You have to. You have to like, tell them what happens in the last episode of Star Wars.
What's she spelling out? Yeah.
But, like, I get it. And I also get the controversy, because when you spent, again, like, 300 plus hours on these games, you want to know.
For everyone.
Yeah.
So, I think Bioware heard, and they released a free extended ending DLC, which did exactly what it said on the tin. Extended the ending and gave you a little epilogue to show what happened to all the different races and all the different people, and that was really good.
Yeah.
And it was really well done.
And there was like that cheeky bit. Did you have the cheeky bit where your love interest went to put your name on the wall?
Yeah, and then they hesitate.
And they stop, and they look around, and then they put it on the wall, and I'm there like...
Am I alive?
Am I alive? And then and it finishes, and you're like, oh.
The other DLC for Mass Effect 3... There was one that was one of the best DLCs I've ever played, and the other two are a bit... So there was the Leviathan DLC, which was really fucking dull.
I don't even know what that is.
It was boring shit, right? So you're like... I don't even know what happened, because I've only done it once, because I just can't bring myself to do it again. So it's like some scientists, like my dad, was researching Leviathan. You're like, what the fuck is a Leviathan? It's like these big ancient sea creatures. Yeah. And you're like, okay. What's that got to do with me?
They go around the Tower of Hell in that, like, story, right?
Yeah, but like, I didn't know the context of Mass Effect Leviathan. So you end up looking for them anyway, and you find them. Well, you find one. And
you have to go under the sea?
Yeah.
That's why I didn't play it then.
And they're like these big... They're Reapers.
No way.
But, like, organic.
Oh.
So they're the first race that were turned into Reapers, I think. Or, like, one of the first. And that's where they get their indoctrination from, because they can control things.
Oh.
So they join your war effort.
Do they?
Because they want to destroy the Reapers.
Okay. How do they do that from the sea?
They give you these orbs. And then, like, the orb is the war asset you get for finishing the DLC. and then you put the orb on the battlefield, and they indoctrinate all the Reaper husks to fight for you.
That sounds fake, but okay.
Some mad fan fiction shit.
It does it.
And then the other DLC is Omega, and basically in one of the comics, Omega gets invaded by Cerberus.
That's where that bitch Trinity blue chick lives, isn't it?
So she goes to Citadel, and she's like, Cerberus came and took my home.
Government came and took my baby.
Help me. And then you go, and she's there, and her ex-girlfriend's this like Turian bad bitch.
No way.
But she dies. It's very tragic. So you fuck up the Cerberus guy, and she gets her home back. That's essentially it.
Synopsis by Jake.
And then the Citadel DLC is the best thing to ever happen.
Party with all your people.
Party rock is in the house.
Before you all die is essentially what it is. But it's so funny because it's like the Hangover movie.
You get to see a new side to every companion.
The best one is grunts.
I like grunts.
You get a call from like CSEC and they're like, does this belong to you? And you go there and he's like laid out in this cell and you're like, what happened, grunt? And there's all these like flashbacks. There's like a cop car on fire.
Yeah.
And then there's like him lying on top of like the statue.
Like smashing through the hospital window.
And it's just so funny.
I like Zaid beating up the claw machine.
Yeah, when he can't get the teddy.
I liked there was a scene at the party as well where Liara was drunk and James was like, lift me up with your biotics, it'll be cool. And she's like, no. And then she has more drink and then like you go back and she's like
floating. Do you know what I did? Like an absolute idiot.
And there's one where Javi gets drunk and like, no, is it Javi or Grunt? One of them gets drunk and they're just like passed out in the shower talking about wizards and shit.
I did that thing where James comes in and he's like, I bet I can do more pull-ups than you. And I'm like, what's your record?
Did you stand there for like hours?
Pulling the button and then nothing happened. I thought, oh, maybe we're going to bang after this. And I like pulled the button and I was there for like half an hour like doing this and then it finished and he was like, oh, you beat me, good job. And he left and I was like, oh. Okay then.
But the story of it's really, like, there is a story to it as well, and there's, like, Cerberus, well, when they were rebuilding you, they made clones, but they were killing them to use the parts.
And it stole your hamster, it threw your hamster in the dustbin.
Yeah.
You remember that mission? That was the best mission.
So this woman comes up to you and she's like, so Cerberus kind of cloned you, and one of them was broken loose. And you're like, for fuck's sake. So then you do all this shit, and the clone steals the Normandy.
Is that the
and you have to break onto the Normandy.
Do all this shit.
Yeah. You have to break onto the Normandy. You go on like a dinner date as well.
Yeah.
You break onto the Normandy, fight your clone, and then it turns out that the woman was the bad guy all along. Shook.
The space hamster bit's the best.
Yeah.
Because like you Shepard's already bothered all the way through, and then someone's like, she threw your space hamster in the trash, and she's like,
she'll pay for that.
Yeah. Oh god, that was like really like the fish that you could have in your bedroom and the little toys
I
you could
Kelly
collect.
so she'd feed my fish.
See, I didn't have to do that. I just asked her to feed my fish and she was like, yeah.
Oh shit.
You just wasted your time. And then what was that other chick that come into your room to have a shower and she was like
Samantha.
Really like she was like, I'm having a shower, Commander, and I'm there like,
I'm not interested.
Like I came here to play chess. I came here to have a good time. Like,
I just came to look at my fish.
Yeah, it's like you want I've got committed relationships with other actual companions that's going to have more than one interaction with me.
Mm-hmm.
So sorry, Kelly or Samantha or whatever her name was. Anyway, so overall, we're very happy with Mass Effect.
I love Mass Effect 3.
Mass Effect 3 is my favourite. Like, I love Dragon Age, but there's like having all the Mass Effects together, completed, knowing all the story. There's something.
It's rewarding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like it was the first one you played, and Shepard was so cool, and I love Gareth so much, and I'm like, yeah, like Mass Effect is one of the best game series we've ever played.
Yeah, for sure.
Shepard's one of the best protagonists you'll ever play as, especially when you go like YOLO.
Yeah.
So overall, we got a lot of love for Mass Effect. Mm-hmm. We got very similar opinions on Mass Effect. So the argument's going to start when we get to Dragon Age, because that's where we differ a lot.
We need to talk about Andromeda, though, which is like...
Do you know what? I totally forgot that Andromeda existed. Now, in my defence, right, I played 48 hours, I think it was, of Andromeda, and then they patched it to fix it, and then my game file was like, can't load this file, file's corrupt. So I haven't actually finished the game. I've been trying to get it recently, but everyone I know sold it, so I don't want to.
I'm going to quickly run through Andromeda. You're a Pathfinder, and you've got to find humanity a new home. That's the story. End of the game. You find humanity a new home. Done. The companions were not great.
You all like the issue with this game. Like, no, I don't hate this game. I quite.
I enjoy it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, obviously it had a lot of controversy because the faces were broken, blah, blah, blah. I think a lot of this had to do with EA and the fact that everyone hates EA, and EA are, like, slowly building up to pissing everyone off. Because this was before the Battlefront, like, stuff happened.
I'm an Andromeda character.
It was just before Battlefront, actually, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, obviously, this was back before they were pretending that they're good now. So, essentially, I think that had it against it anyway. And then you're always going to have the fact that Ryder's not Shepard. All these companions aren't the companions that you spent so much time with. They're always going to have that against it.
For sure.
The fact that then EA threw their toys out the pram and were
We're
like,
not making you DLC.
we're not going to finish this
Have a
game then.
book.
Just like, we're not going to do it. That was really weak, and that is disrespectful to Bioware, because Bioware could have fixed that game.
It's disrespectful to Bioware and to the fans.
Well, yeah. Like, it's not even like it
Granted, Andromeda
broken.
only had 3 vocal fans, but
it wasn't broken. It wasn't original Mass Effect, and that
was its biggest problem.
Literally, they could have improved it, but EA
I understand
sucked.
why they took the decision to go to the Andromeda Galaxy, because with how different the endings of Mass Effect 3 were, it would have been impossible for them to follow on.
They would have had to have basically come out and said, "Well, this section of people were right, the rest of you were wrong."
Yeah.
And that's not really cool, is it? Like,
so they were like, "We'll
different galaxy."
So the story is, like, the lore behind it is that the Andromeda Initiative was founded because people began to believe Shepard around the time of Mass Effect 2, and a mysterious benefactor paid for everything. Recruited Alec Ryder, who's the protagonist's father, and some other people, and they shipped off to the Andromeda Galaxy, frozen, and then defrosted about 600 years later.
So it's clever. It's the KOTOR, like, it's so far away from Star Wars, it don't matter what we do.
Yeah.
It's that, like, thing. I enjoy. Do you know what? I got a controversy. I think I enjoyed Ryder more than not more overall.
In a different way.
Yeah, Ryder's very YOLO.
Fun.
Yeah, like some of the stuff you can say. Like, I remember there's one cutscene where someone tells you something, and Ryder looks straight into the camera and she's like, "Well, shit." Like, Shepard would never have said that.
I know.
That would never have happened. And so I think it was because you were a nobody, really.
Yeah.
Your dad, like, bites the dust, and then you're like, "Oh, I guess you're the Pathfinder now," and you're like, "Okay then."
Yep.
It's the Hawk. It's the Hawk of Dragon Age, like, Mass Effect. It's like, you're nobody. So, nothing really matters, so you do what you want.
Yeah.
Like, bitch.
The companions, there's 6 of them. Cora is Asari kin. She was an Asari huntress, but she's actually human, and she never fucking shuts up about it.
She's really mean. She's really aggressive.
She hates you because
You're not her. You're not the dad.
You're not the dad.
Yeah.
And the dad gave you the job of Pathfinder
Over
instead
her.
of her.
Yeah.
But if she's going to act like a petulant child like she does, she doesn't deserve the job of Pathfinder.
Yeah.
So that's why, bitch.
Spilling that tea. Liam is cute.
Liam's
I like
cute.
Liam. He's a boy.
I was confused by his random shirtless cutscenes. I thought they were glitches, but they're not.
Fair.
He's really cool. Like, he's the bro character of the game.
Yeah, he's like the Garrus, Varric, level of bro.
Vetra's Garrus, but female.
That's the thing. I think they should have had.
There wasn't enough to differentiate.
Aliens. They should have had different aliens, because then you wouldn't automatically see her and have that, like, comparison in your head already. But she was very similar to him.
Yeah.
She had, like, the same kind of humour. And her jam, like, she was just the same.
Like, Drac is Krogan like Rex, but he's different enough to be memorable. Like, he talks about his granddaughter a lot. He kind of wants to die because he's so old. Bitch, me too. You ain't special. So, yeah. He's cool. Who else is that? PB's the most irritating companion I've ever had to tolerate in a game.
I think we've had too many Asaris. And they've all been so similar.
So PB were like, fuck it, we'll just do some really irritating bitch.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah,
if there was an option to put a bullet in PB, I'd put it down. Straight up.
Straight simple.
Yep.
Jalal's cool.
He's really cool.
I was trying to romance him.
Is interesting because he's a new species.
They're cool.
His species is quite tied into the story.
Yeah.
So if you take him with you a lot, you get a lot of insight into his species and a lot better
everywhere.
companion reactions to the story than if you take like Cora.
That was like bringing in new species is exactly what they should have done.
Mm-hmm.
They should have gone for a total new roster.
Yeah, I think when it comes to if Andromeda gets a sequel, they should introduce more because I find it hard to believe that the Andromeda Galaxy has
no new species,
2 races. Like, no.
Does your sibling count as a companion when they wake up?
No.
No. See, I didn't even get that far. Like, I played the game for like 40 plus hours, but I was just faffing. Like, I was going to everywhere. I was looking at everything.
Do you want spoiler alerts?
Yeah,
They get kidnapped by the leader of the Ket.
Oh, no.
And then, like, you save them right at the end of the game.
Oh.
Like, most of the time they're in hospital.
Yeah.
And then they get kidnapped.
They're in like a coma.
Yeah.
And then
they're in a coma, then they're in hospital, and then they get kidnapped.
Oh, see, I expected like there to be like a syndicate level of like banter with this. No, okay. No. I was ruined by syndicate. That's all it was. I'm an only child. I don't have any siblings.
The ending was good. As I said, you find this golden world. It's really interesting because it's not actually a planet. It's like a weird. I'm not good with like theoretical physics, so I don't know. It's like a planet, but the outside is like a shell, and the planet's on the inside. So like when you look up, you can see ground. It's pretty sick. And it's like a perfect world that's been like engineered to be a perfect world.
By who? That's
Good
what
question.
it is. Okay.
So you end up crashing.
So you didn't even find out if you were back. You just like crashed.
You did find it, but then the Ket also found it, and there's a battle, and you crash. And then the ending is the starting to build a civilization from the wreckage.
If I hope it doesn't happen. If EA continue to kill the party and we never get another one, is it sufficient enough of an ending to pass?
I mean,
that's a no. That's a no.
There are a lot of unanswered questions.
But could you write that off? Are they obvious enough that you can't ignore them?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. So, 2 hours Andromeda 2, yeah.
Pretty much. But overall, it was good. It should have got a DLC, at least one.
Yeah. They should have let Bioware patch it in their own time.
If not a DLC, it should have been with patched more story.
Well, they could have just patched it, give the first big DLC away for free as like a token of like, sorry.
Even if it was like the first DLC is free for a week.
Yeah.
If you download it in this time, it's free. If not,
they handled it really, really badly, and it's like I think the only reason they put so much effort into fixing Battlefront is because they got Disney breathing down their necks.
Yeah.
And I think they would have just done the same with that if they didn't have that. But at the end of the day, Mass Effect is one of the most popular RPGs.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, even people that don't play RPGs, like Chris doesn't play RPGs, he's played Mass Effect.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they should... It wouldn't be too late to go back to it now.
No.
And then all they'd have to do is give it away. They could give it away on the PlayStation Plus.
Yeah.
And then say we're going to fix it. But they won't do that, though, because it kind of sucks. So, yeah.
That's Andromeda.
That's Mass Effect in a nutshell.
If you like that video and want to see more like it, then click this playlist button here. If you happen to want to subscribe to us and check out all our content, then click this amazing sexy button right here. Look how enticing it is. You know you want to click it. And if you're already subscribed to us, well then you are already an awesome human being.